Hello everyone. I noticed that some professionals seem to be silent on this topic. Today, I want to share with you what you need to eat in order to live a long and healthy life, so that you don't have to stand in long lines at the doctor's office or pharmacy. I invite you to watch this video until the end, as it will provide you with reliable information that is hard to find on the internet. There is a lot of misinformation and marketing strategies out there on the internet. So it's important to be cautious when searching for information. The person who has the right information has the power, so make sure to watch the video and share it with others. Human health is in your hands, my friends, so let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is dietary supplements. You go to a pharmacy or various websites and see a vast number of different brands. It feels like the pharmacy is now turning into a kind of mass market. That is, many pharmacies' goal is to make a profit. And probably half of their money comes from dietary supplements. The danger of dietary supplements is that they may not have undergone any clinical trials or preclinical studies, which are required for medicines. They may also not have gone through any rigorous quality control processes that take almost 10 years. Instead, they can be developed in a year. Therefore, if you order a biologically active supplement from some website, you cannot be 100% sure that the jar contains what it says on the label. There have been many cases where people have lost their health due to biologically active additives, and even had liver transplants as a result of toxic damage caused by these supplements. You must understand that medicine is a strict control system with a certain algorithm of actions. Supplements are not taken seriously by everyone, and they can have serious consequences. If you go to the doctor for prescription medication and start listening to an osteopath or using dietary supplements instead, you may be doing the wrong thing, as you don't know how these supplements will affect you or interact with your medication. For example, if you are in your old age, you are likely already taking some medications, and there may be drug interactions that you need to be aware of. I am glad that many doctors use clinical guidelines, which means that when you visit the doctor with a certain condition, the doctor should follow these guidelines in order to treat you. This is a set of algorithms developed to help diagnose, prevent, and treat your condition. If the doctor does not follow these guidelines, they may prescribe supplements, especially those from their own or their friends' companies. Run away from these doctors, as it can be dangerous to your health. Most doctors don't engage in this kind of practice, but you may find some doctors on the internet promoting their own supplements. If you don't believe me, you can verify this information yourself. To understand what dietary supplements are, let's move on to the next point: veganism. You know what it means. Basically, it's a style of eating where a person doesn't consume milk, eggs, meat, or fish. What does this lead to? It leads to certain consequences, and you should be aware of them. If you search online, many advocates of veganism will tell you that it's a great thing. They say it improves health and so on. However, if you read scientific sources, you will find that veganism is not a healthy diet. It's not the way to a long and happy life. Why? Because we are not cows. We should not eat only grains. We need animal proteins, and although some proteins can be found in plant foods, some amino acids are not interchangeable. And if we don't get these amino acids, we hurt our bodies. Just like people who follow veganism often suffer from a lack of vitamins and minerals like vitamin B12 and iron. These people, in order to compensate for the lack of certain things, start using dietary supplements when their diet is balanced. However, we don't need to use any additives because we get all the most important nutrients from food. And due to the fact that many vegans already start using various dietary supplements, it suggests that this isn't a fully fledged diet. Many scientists have conducted studies on what veganism can do to human bones. For example, due to a lack of vitamin B12 and calcium, as well as other nutrients, bones can become soft and lose their mineral density. If, for example, someone goes online and decides to eat only vegetables and fruit, they can lose a lot of bone mineral density in 6 months or a year. This can lead to injury, such as a hip fracture, which is a serious injury that could be fatal if someone is over 40 years old or older and has been eating animal food their whole life. Do not engage in this activity. Do not start eating only green vegetables. Do not abandon a balanced diet. You know, many people who follow veganism begin to experience various problems, such as rot and mucus. That is, they use such things in words, and very often, people who spend time on forums complain that their nails, hair, and monthly cycle worsen, or even disappear completely. Veganism has one tricky thing. When people start, they refuse animal foods because they have a lack of iron, which causes a certain euphoria, as if they have learned Zen. But in fact, this is due to the initial stage of anemia, and then it gets worse and worse. These people lose strength and begin to look unwell. So, do not do it. The third problem is keto diets. What is a keto diet? It is a diet where pasta and other cereals, such as rice, are considered the main enemy. What does this lead to? This leads to the fact that a person can fall into a dangerous condition when he smells acetone on his breath, and it affects his body so much that he begins to lose a lot of important substances very quickly. Cardiologists now often mention a study that says keto diets can lead to an increase in low-density lipoprotein levels. That is, if you follow a keto diet and don't consume carbohydrates, you typically eat fats and proteins instead, which can cause your vascular walls to become inflamed and your atherosclerosis to progress. This is not a healthy way to diet, so please don't do it. It's best to follow the plate method, which means taking a plate and dividing it into halves. This is the easiest and healthiest way to eat. Half of the plate should be vegetables, then another quarter should be protein sources such as poultry, fish, or eggs. And the last quarter should be complex carbohydrates like porridge or whole grain bread. It is not necessary to demonize whole grain bread, as it is a healthy product when eaten in moderation. Many healthy nutrition experts agree that the keto diet was originally designed for people with epilepsy and has shown some benefits. But it should not be promoted for everyone. Another issue is the lack of fiber in many people's diets. This can lead to intestinal problems and constipation, which can be treated with medications and supplements, but these solutions are often not effective. Instead, it is important to focus on a balanced diet that includes all the necessary nutrients, because it's not just about health. The condition of your face worsens, your skin condition worsens, and bad breath appears. You age prematurely. All of this can be easily solved by eating enough fiber in your diet. And in the diet of anyone, there should be a sufficient amount of fiber. This is between 25 and 35 grams. It also depends on your body weight. The simplest sources of fiber are vegetables, such as cabbage and spinach, as well as any other vegetables. You can change the contents of your plate every day. Fruits and long-cooking porridges, such as oatmeal and buckwheat, also contain a large amount of fiber. Nuts can also be a good source. Fiber is something that your body does not digest, but it creates the volume of your stool. Therefore, if you eat an adequate amount of fiber, say 500 to 600 grams, you improve the movement of contents through your intestines. And your health will improve. You have a reduced risk of developing intestinal cancer because nothing stagnates in your intestines. Fiber, a product that our enzymes cannot digest, pulls off metabolic debris and removes it from your body. As always, we must rely on scientific evidence. With regard to point 5, coffee can be beneficial if we consume no more than 400 milligrams of caffeine, which is about 3 or 4 cups per day. This amount is safe for both our liver and heart. Many scientists, doctors, and gastroenterologists agree that coffee can reduce liver fat, helping to fight fatty liver disease. Coffee is a useful and delicious medicine. If you see someone demonizing coffee, simply search online for studies on coffee. you will find research that shows that 200,000 to 300,000 people have participated in studies on coffee's benefits over the years based on this research. Scientists have made certain recommendations. This is not a small study, with only 3 grandmothers, 4 grandfathers, and 2 children participating. This is a large group. A large amount of data has been collected in this real study, which finally revealed the truth, and you can drink coffee in peace. As long as you do not have problems with your gallbladder or gastritis. In general, people who do not have digestive issues, coffee, even if consumed on an empty stomach, will not cause any problems. So, friends, do not be afraid of coffee products. If you want to eat something sweet or salty, try to maintain a balance in your diet. A good rule of thumb is to have 80% healthy food in your diet, and 20% can include something slightly more harmful, like chocolate or popcorn. This small amount will keep your mind in a balanced state. The next problem is the lack of breakfast. Doctors say that this should not be the case. Imagine you haven't eaten anything all night and slept for 8 hours. Your body is still hungry when you wake up in the morning. Your task is to start your day with a healthy breakfast to start your metabolism and gain strength. For at least 4 to 5 hours, you need to have something to eat. If you don't have breakfast and, for example, go to the store, your glucose level may drop and you may even lose consciousness. For breakfast, it is best to have a small meal of whatever you prefer. It is essential to have breakfast every morning. The final point, this is about excess water. Many people say that everyone should drink a glass of water every few hours. However, scientists say that it's not that simple. In fact, everything is quite different. First of all, only you can determine your need for water. Your body tells you when it needs water and how much to drink. Because a person weighing 100 kilograms who works at a construction site in the heat needs more water than a person weighing 45 kilograms who sits in an air-conditioned office. So, do they really need the same amount of water? Of course not. Therefore, don't strain your kidneys and cardiovascular system. I don't recommend enduring thirst. Find a balance for yourself and listen to your body. I hope this video will help improve your health. Be sure to share it with your friends. Don't believe everything you hear, only reliable information you can check yourself. That's all for today. Thank you for watching and bye.